Welcome to another episode of How to Do 3D. I'm your host, Robert Griffin, RCRedBaron for HobbyKing, and today we're back with professional pilot and team pilot, Michael Wargo. Today, Michael's going to be showing us how to do waterfalls and flat spins. So Michael, do you want to tell us just a little bit more about what you're going to be teaching us today?
All right, well today we're going to be discussing the waterfall, which is a very simple maneuver. All it is really is we're going to hit a lot of down elevator, flop the airplane over inverted, and that's pretty much it. It's a very elegant maneuver, looks really cool. It's the start of a lot of other great maneuvers. And another thing we're going to be discussing today is a flat spin. And both these maneuvers are much better explained in the air, so let's get started. All right, today we're going to be looking at some flat spins and a waterfall. First thing we're going to do is a waterfall. And here it is. We're going straight up and we're going to push the stick forward, and that's a waterfall. Now the secret to this maneuver is a balance between elevator and throttle. As soon as you go over you have to add throttle as you're coming in, quick, throw it over the top and then relax the elevator. Now I exaggerated everything and then add throttle back. Right, now that's the sequence. Here's the actual maneuver in real time. We're going to go over the top, add some throttle back, and relax the elevator. Now, the reason we're saying it's a proper mix is because if you don't let go of the throttle or too much elevator, it'll keep flipping. And that's not an elevator. Now, I'm going to try it down a little lower so we can see it. We're going to do it pretty close to the deck here. And watch how critical the proper amount of elevator is. We're going to go over the top, add the throttle and elevator back, and make it look real pretty. Now, you do not have to stop at one waterfall. As long as you watch the rudder and the spin, you can just keep cascading them down. But again, it's a proper mix between elevator and the throttle. All right, the next thing we're going to try is an inverted flat spin. And in order to pull this maneuver off, we're going to start by pushing both the sticks together and the throttle off. This is to initiate the spin. And then I'm going to add a little bit of throttle. And after I add the throttle, I'm going to flatten out the ailerons. The ailerons are only there to start the spin going. So here we go. We're going to go straight up. We're going to push over the top, push the sticks together, and relax the ailerons. And now we're going to add throttle until the plane starts to flatten out. And that's an inverted flat spin. Now let's do it again. We're going to try and, the quicker you get to the sticks to the final position, the sooner it'll flatten out and look like a nice flat spin. So we're going to go over, start the rudder, and add some throttle, and turn it into a proper flat spin. But as you can see, it's a delicate balance of the controls. Now we're going to try a standard flat spin. And all we're going to do is we're going to go straight up, we're going to flip the airplane, and we're going to move the sticks together. And we're going to start the spin, we're adding throttle, and we're flattening it out. Now you can see me gradually moving the ailerons to the other side. And eventually, look, we can get it dead, flat, and in this case even climbing. One more time. We're going to do it in real time this time. We're going to try and initiate it really quickly. We're going over the top and we're going to start the spin. Now that we've started it, we're going to flatten it out. We're going to establish the spin, we're going to flatten it out. And in this case, we should be able to spin it right to the ground. What we're going to do now is put what we've learned into a little routine. So we're going to take off, we're going to go straight up, and the first thing we're going to do is enter a knife edge. I'm going to enter it a little differently, kind of over the top, but it's a pretty elegant way of entering a knife edge. And we're going to fly nice and straight down the runway. Roll, now we're going to go straight up, and now we're going to do waterfall. We're going to straighten it out, now let's do another waterfall. And maybe another waterfall. Now we're going to go back up and we're going to do our flat spin. So this is a upright flat spin. We established it pretty early and the plane is spinning perfectly. And judging by the amount of power we add, we can let it just come right down to the ground. Now we're going to enter into our Harrier. As you can see, the nose is up. I'm adding some elevator, and I'm going to Harrier right down to the deck. And we're going to fly around a little bit in our Harrier configuration. Nice and controlled. Now we're going to go up again. Be an inverted flat spin. Straight up, over the top, establish the flat spin. And we're going to come out and we're going to go back straight up. Make a square loop at the top. And now we're going to do an elevator. Over the top, and we're going to let it come right to the ground and finish our routine. Catch it with the throttle. A little Harrier action. And there's a quick aerobatic routine using nothing but the maneuvers we were just taught.
Well, there you have it, the waterfall and flat spins. Next week, we're going to learn how to hover. We've gotten a lot of comments and people have written to us asking us if we could do a segment on how to hover, and here we go. We're going to learn how to get into a hover, how to get out of a hover, and how to safely and calmly stay in a hover. Stay tuned.
All right, so there you go. That was Michael Wargo, team pilot for Precision Aerobatics, showing us today how to do waterfalls and flat spins. Stay tuned next time when Michael shows us how to get into and out of a hover. I'm your host, Robert Griffin, RCRedBaron for HobbyKing. Stay tuned. We'll see you next time.